What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. These are my Draftkings MMA picks for UFC 318. We have Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 3, and I'm really looking forward to this card. I'm really looking forward to breaking it down from a Draftkings perspective. Lot easier week than last week. Last week was very tough to build lineups. This week we have much more manageable salaries. We don't have fighters at 9,800. We don't have fighters at 9,900. So yeah, looking forward to breaking this one all down for you guys. Before we get into it, you guys could like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment. It is always much appreciated. If you do want to support me more, or if you want more content, check out dfsbythenumbers.com. And finally, check out Prize Picks and use that code DFSBTN and get yourself $50 instantly into your Prize Picks account when you place your first $5 lineup. Check it out, DFSBTN on Prize Picks. All right, let's get into it, guys. We're going to start with the fight doesn't go to decision lines. We have a lot of fights that are expected to finish. This is expected to be a very violent card, and I would tend to agree with that. And the first fight is going to be Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. They have the fight doesn't go to decision sitting at minus 1,400. They have the under 1.5 rounds sitting at minus 260, and it's safe to say that this fight's going to finish inside the distance. We have a guy in Bruno Ferreira who has 13 wins. I believe 12 of those 13 wins do come in the first round and a half. And then as far as Jackson McVeigh, all 6 of his wins come in like the very first 3 minutes of the fight. So this is going to be fireworks for as long as it lasts. We do have Bruno Ferreira that is definitely up there in salary at 9,700, making him the most expensive fighter on the slate. And yeah, if you can go up and get him, I think he has first round finish upside. But the thing about this card is, I think a couple guys below him have first round finish upside as well. I think Dolatov, who we'll talk about, he's $100 cheaper. He has first round upside. Atiba Gaudier, who's $300 cheaper, he has first round upside. Jimmy Crute, who's $700 cheaper, has first round upside. So I'm not sure how much Bruno Ferreira I'm going to get to, but I think if he does win, it's probably in the first round. And in terms of Jackson McVeigh probably an interesting dart throw. He's the cheapest on the slate. He's 6,500. His win condition is getting Bruno Ferreira out of there in the first couple minutes. So I will be actually sprinkling some Jackson McVeigh down low at 6,500, just because if he wins, it's going to be early and he's going to break the slate. But yeah, I think it's probably Ferreira round 1. Next, we have Ryan Spann versus Lucas Bresky. So we have Spann at a much more manageable price tag here at 8,700, but Spann's a lot less trustworthy than everybody on this card. I mean, Ryan Spann is about as untrustworthy as you're going to get, but this is probably his easiest matchup in just a very long time. I mean, there's no way he should be losing to Lucas Bresky. It just really shouldn't happen, but it's Ryan Spann, so it might actually happen. But yeah, if Ryan Spann's winning this fight, it's in the first round and a half. This guy, Ryan Spann, when he's winning fights, he's winning them early. Ryan Spann, 22 wins. I think 17 of them are in the very first round. So yeah, at 8,700, I do like Ryan Spann. I'm just not going to go crazy on it because Ryan Spann has burnt me so many times. As far as Bresky, I actually think he's an interesting dart throw, if you will, just because if he does win this fight and Ryan Spann is dropping the ball, we could see Bresky maybe get a late finish, but to be honest, I don't think Bresky's that great. So yeah, I like Ryan Spann here, but I'm completely looking forward to him letting me down. We'll see. Next, we got Gaudier going against Valentin. Minus 800 for the fight doesn't go to decision. The under 1.5 is around minus 150 here, and I think it's another quick fight, another quick finish. Gaudier, this guy hits like an absolute truck. Valentin, I'm actually a big fan of Valentin. I'm just not a big fan of any of the matchups the UFC's given him thus far. He's given him 3 tough matchups in a row. Ryan Loder, Torres Finney, and now a guy in Atiba Gaudier who's 6'2", built like extremely built, hits like a truck. I mean, this guy is serious. He's only 23 years old as well. So, yeah, I think Gaudier first round knockout is the most likely scenario. Gaudier is sitting at 9,400, and then Robert Valentin is another dart throw down low that I like along with Jackson McVeigh, because if Robert Valentin is winning, it means that like he can land a big shot on the feet. He has a lot of power in his hands, and then also if this fight were to hit the ground, Valentin does have a very sneaky submission game, so I don't want to completely roll out Valentin here at 6,800. Here's another dart throw down low for me, but yeah, I think Gaudier KO1 is the most likely scenario, and at 9,400, I like that. And then we have another violent fight, minus 700. Dolatov, if you get Islam Dolatov, he's 9,600. Fugit is 6,600. And yeah, I like Islam quite a bit. Just in general, I'm glad we're finally getting to see him in the UFC. This guy fights like an absolute madman. I think he actually has probably one of the highest ceilings on the slate just with the way he fights. He goes in there and he's looking to destroy you pretty much as soon as the fight starts. So I could see a ton of volume, some knockdowns, could be a club and saw. I think if Islam's winning this fight, he's winning it in the first round and he's scoring a lot of points along the way. So Islam, probably one of my favorite plays this week. As far as Fugit, probably not going to get there, but he's another one of these start those. Like if Islam does not finish him in the first 7.5 minutes, then he would be live. So maybe a couple sprinkles of Fugit for that reason, but I think Islam gets him out of there early. Getting into the core plays here, we got Kevin Holland up top, 9,300. I know it's always very hard to trust Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland was a core play for me last time he fought against Vicente Luque, and now he's a core play for me now against Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez, I think he's been kind of on his way out for a while now. He's now 38 years old. He's taken a lot of damage. He's been in a lot of fights, and he just doesn't look the same. He doesn't have that same speed. I don't think he has that same durability. I don't think he has that same cardio, the volume, and I think Holland wins this, pretty much any way he wants, whether it's a knockout, whether it's a club and sub. As long as Holland's taking this fight serious, coming out there and trying his best, I think he not only wins this fight, but wins it very dominantly. So I like Kevin Holland quite a bit. 9,300, sign me up. Next, we got Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. I have Holloway here at 8,200 in my core plays, but this is a fight. Let me be honest with you guys. I'm probably going about 50-50, maybe slight lean Max, and here's why. Here's why I lean Max. I don't know who's going to win this fight. I think it's a very tough fight to call. I know people are very, strong opinionated on who's going to win. I'm not one of those people. Like, I like Holloway. I like his style from a DraftKings perspective. That's why I kind of lean more towards his way from a DraftKings perspective, because Max Holloway is probably one of the best DraftKings scorers out there in the entire UFC. So anytime Max Holloway fights, no matter who's it against, I'm going to be looking to get him into as many lineups as possible. But on the flip side, you have Dustin Poirier, who definitely has more power. He's going to be the hometown guy. There are reasons to like both guys here. So I'm slightly leaning Max Holloway. This is a fight that you have to go 100% on. I would be shocked if this fight did not end up on the optimal lineup. I really would be shocked with these two. So I'm thinking maybe like a 55-45 split, maybe even 50-50, but 55-45 in favor of Holloway is kind of where I'm leaning at the moment. But yeah, Holloway, great play. If he's winning, he's probably one of the highest, if not the highest scorer on the entire card. Next, we got Dan Ige, 8,600. I like Ige here. I like the matchup for him quite a bit. I think he has knockout upside. He's going against Patricio Pitbull, who's 38 years old. And yeah, I think Ige can win by knockout, even like in a decision. Could see him land a couple knockdowns here or there. That's kind of what Ige does. I like the price tag, 8,600 on the money line. A lot of monies came in on him throughout the week, so adding some more value to the Ige play here. And I just like him to win in general. So 8,600, pretty solid price tag there. Sign me up. And then Jimmy Crute, 9,000. Jimmy Crute is a very untrustworthy fighter. It's a guy that really should win this fight. There's no excuse for him losing to Marcin Prachnio. Jimmy Crute has an astronomical advantage on the ground, and even on the feet, I favor him just because he has a ton of power. He's more durable, and Marcin Prachnio has always had a very sketchy chin, and Marcin Prachnio doesn't really have much power. Marcin Prachnio only one knockout in the UFC, and it was against Ike Villanueva, so I think Crute can knock him out on the feet, but the most likely path is Crute getting takedowns, getting on top, and finishing Marcin Prachnio. Crute doesn't have the best cardio, but I actually think he might have the better cardio in this matchup against Prachnio, whose mouth is hanging wide open, in the very first round at times. So yeah, this should be Crute, but he's dropped the ball a lot. So let's be careful, but Crute should get it done and score a ton along the way. Next, we got GPP Plays here. Islam Dulatov, 9,600. Talked about this guy a little bit. Fights like a madman. I think he has one of the best ceilings on the card. First round upside. All of his wins come in the first round. Knockout power. Good submission game. Don't mind me some Islam Dulatov up top. Next, we got Atiba Gutierrez, 9,400. We talked about him. He's in that picture over there to the right. Hits like a truck. People are calling him Mini Ngannou, and you can kind of see why with the way this guy hits. And he has really good striking, really good volume. Still a little green, but he's only 23 years old. I think he's going to be making massive improvements each time we see him in the cage, and I think he probably does get the first-round knockout against Robert Valentin. And then we have Ryan Spann, 8,700. Ryan Spann... Another untrustworthy guy. We have a lot of untrustworthy fighters on this card. Ryan Spann is another one of them, but, I mean, come on. I mean, Ryan Spann should be able to beat Lucas Bresky. He really should be able to beat him. I mean, Bresky got knocked out by Kennedy Nzechukwu, who's a light heavyweight, and to be fair, Ryan Spann is as well, but, I mean, that's not the best look. Got knocked out by Mick Parkin, who's knocking out nobody in the heavyweight division. So, yeah, I mean, Ryan Spann has a lot of power. He has a good submission game, but it's early. You know, Ryan Spann, if he's winning this fight, it's going to be early. So, yeah, I don't mind Ryan Spann. If he's winning, it's probably a first-round finish, and it'll score well. So, but, yeah, another guy that's hard to trust. Then we got Dustin Poirier, 8,000. Like I talked about, maybe like a 50-45 split in favor of Holloway. But, yeah, you can't count out Dustin here. I mean, this guy, Dustin, has a lot of power, a lot of volume in his own right, a lot of 5-round experience. It's in his hometown. I think this fight's a close fight. I think this fight could potentially go either way. So, yeah, going to have my fair share of Dustin Poirier for sure. Getting on to the live dogs. We have Nikolai Veretennikov, 7,900. Live dog. He's a live dog for sure. You know, I actually think that, first, I think it's probably a very close fight. I'm just not a big fan of Francisco Prado at all. I mean, Prado, he's fighting up at welterweight for literally no reason. He's going to be extremely undersized at welterweight in general and in this matchup. Veretennikov's going to have, on paper, it says a 3-inch height advantage, but I think it's a lot more than that. I think Prado's lying about his height. Veretennikov's going to have like a 5 or 6 inch reach advantage as well. And yeah, I think Veretennikov could potentially even make some takedowns as well. Like Veretennikov has shown some good grappling outside the UFC. Inside the UFC, not so much, but I'm not sure Prado's going to be able to take advantage of that. And then on the feet, I think it's a very close striking fight. I like the striking of Veretennikov a little bit more. So yeah, I think he wins. Does he have the highest ceiling? Not really. I don't think he's knocking out Prado. I don't think he's going to go out there and put on a volume masterclass, but I think he is very, very live to win the fight. Next, we got Kyler Phillips, 7,800. Yeah, I don't mind some Kyler Phillips here, because I think if Phillips is winning this fight, he might even finish Vinicius Oliveira in the first round and a half. Like, Oliveira is a killer-be-killed fighter. Oliveira has been finished in all 3 of his losses, and he has a finished loss in round 1, 2, and 3. Almost got finished in the second round by Bernardo Sopai, and I think Kyler Phillips has all the tools to get Oliveira out of there early. The problem with Kyler Phillips is the gas tank. If he's not getting Oliveira out of there early within those first 7.5 to 10 minutes, then it's going to get very bad very fast. The cardio of Kyler Phillips, I do not trust it whatsoever, but maybe he does get an early finish. And if he doesn't, I could see Kyler Phillips winning the first half of the fight, Oliveira winning the second half of the fight, and then going to decision. If it goes to decision, I think it's a very close decision. It could potentially go Kyler Phillips' way. So, yeah, don't mind some Kyler Phillips at 7,800. Next, we got Marvin Vettori at 7,400. Yeah, I don't mind Vettori here. I think it's another very close fight between him and Brendan Allen. The first time these two were supposed to fight, it was actually Vettori who was the slight favorite, I believe, and now he's a pretty big underdog here. I don't really see what has changed other than, you know, Marvin Vettori did look awful in his last fight, but he was coming off of an injury, coming off of a massive layoff, and he seems to be ready to go for this fight. And yeah, it's close. I mean, I don't think Brendan Allen's going to out-grapple Marvin Vettori. I think these two are going to primarily strike for 15 minutes, and both guys are hittable. Vettori has a little bit better cardio, much better durability. I think it's a close to a 50-50 fight, so I don't get these salaries, to be honest. Don't mind some Marvin Vettori at 7,400. He has solid volume and could score decently in a win, and even in a loss. Like, I think Marvin Vettori can go 15 minutes, put up a decent amount of volume, and score well. Next, we got Paulo Costa, 7,300. Yeah, I think Costa is live here. A lot of people on Costa this week, and I get it to an extent. I can't get there personally because he hasn't looked good to me in about 5-6 years, but this is a matchup where if he actually shows up and actually tries and pressures Kopylov and fights smart and just brings it, you know, we could see Kopylov slow down. We've seen Kopylov slow down in the past, and yeah, I think Costa could potentially be a very live dog here. Maybe even mixing some takedowns. I mean, that would be very, very wise, but really can't count on him to do that. Really can't count on Costa to do anything, but if he does show up and tries his best, I guess, I mean, I think he's a live dog. Pump plays. We got Robert Valentine, 6,800, and Jackson McVay, 6,500. I think they both get sparked in the first round, but I also think they could do some sparking themselves in the first round. Like Jackson McVay, this guy's huge. He's going to have a big height advantage, a big reach advantage. He's nasty. He has a lot of power. He has a submission game. Jackson McVay in round 1, he could potentially pull off it would be a massive upset. It would be the biggest upset on the card. So I'm not counting out Jackson McVay. And then Robert Valentine, if he can get the fight down to the mat or land something big on the feet, like he's potentially live here as well. So 2 dart throws down low that if they win, it's going to be optimal, going to break the slate, and it's going to be a finish, and it's going to be early. So I don't mind some sprinkles on both Valentine and Jackson McVay this week down low at very cheap price tags. And then fades is going to be Roman Kopylov. So I don't really love any fades this week. If I had to pick one, it's Kopylov, just because if Kopylov's winning, I think it's either going to be a decision or a late finish. You look at Kopylov, he only has 1 first-round knockout in his career. The rest of his knockout wins do come in round 2 or round 3. I don't think he's going to grapple at all. If he does, it's going to be a big mistake. So yeah, I think Kopylov, 8,900, they're just much better play. I mean, we have so many guys that are probably going to finish in round 1, and Kopylov's just not that guy. So pretty easy fade for me. And there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor, like on your way out, subscribe, be on the lookout for more content. Check me out at dfsbythenumbers.com. Just posted the DFS model that has the fighter stats, target projections, rankings, and gonna do the DraftKings article, the DFS article sometime today, so that should be out. And yeah, looking forward to this week. I like this week a lot from a DraftKings perspective, from a betting perspective, and from a fan perspective as well, so it should be a good one. We'll talk to you guys soon, and good luck.